All right, Marco here. Welcome to another day of your free boot camp where I'm giving out the strategies and the secrets of the top 1%, the wealthiest people I know, the things that I did to get myself financially free with multiple streams of income and an extraordinary life. And it's not that hard. It's actually really simple. The things you'll see, the secrets and the things that I share is just amazing. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. Give me one sec. I'm going to go right into it and crush this out as fast as I can. Okay, so first, I'm going to talk about why we do these better business ideas for more freedom, right? I'll never forget the day that I found out one of my biggest whys. They say there's two really important times in your life. The two most important times is when you were born and then when you find out why you were born, like why were you put on earth? Okay, and so I know my why. I know what I do impacting people. It's the best thing in the world. I'm living my passions, but it wasn't always that way. So I was at an Anthony Robbins event. I don't know if you know who that is, Tony Robbins. This guy changes lives. I was at a seminar and they asked me to go back to my earliest best memory as a kid. Okay. The happiest memory of my young life that came to mind was me with my dad in the living room wrestling when I was 6 years old. That was like my favorite thing to do in the whole world. I remember that really clearly. And he was there. He was a present father that day. Right. But then they ask you to go back to the worst days that you can remember as a kid. And it was a little bit later when I was 7. My dad had found a job, but in Florida. So I literally waited in that living room for like years, basically. Days turned into weeks, turned into years, and that was not, I just hated that. I remember that really clearly too. And my mom, a single mom, and she worked as a used car saleswoman, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. So she wasn't there as much as I'm sure she would have liked to be, right? And so we barely got by month to month, paycheck to paycheck. I remember that really clearly too, because the girls used to make fun of me. And I remember the question. They're like, why are you so holy? And I'm not talking spiritually holy. I'm talking about there was holes in my jeans and shirts and shoes and socks. And they would say things like that, right? I didn't like that feeling. So later, I vowed to make sure my kids would never have to feel that way ever again or go through the things that my sister and I went through. There was alcoholism, there was drugs, all kinds of crazy stuff. But then later on in life, I found myself in the worst way, like pretty, not in a good situation because I realized I was always busy. I was always telling people that, oh no, I'd love to do that and hang out, people I loved, but I can't because I'm crazy busy. I was chasing money. 7 years got like it went by so fast. Literally, I realized that I hadn't gone on vacation or took a day off in 7 years, pretty much. So everyone thought I was successful and I, living the dream and everything. And it was good. You can make a lot of money, but you have no life. And so I was like, I had kids in the process. I was dying on the inside. And it's actually called quiet desperation where people, they want more. They know there's something out there. They're sitting in traffic in their car, just praying like, God, something happened with me, something better, but they just kind of sit there quiet. And so I was missing the most important years of my first two kids' lives. And you'll never get that time back. I have big regrets. That was really painful because I was doing what my dad had done. And so I remember my daughter would cry. I snapped. Things had to change. I didn't want to miss all that time and I had to make changes now. And I don't know if you've ever had this, like thought about this, but I'm like, looking at some friends of mine, I'm like, how the hell are you guys always with your kids, rafting at the Grand Canyon, playing golf all goddamn day and free, like it's a freaking weekday, right? So I'm like, dude, come on, man. Like that takes all day. What do you do? So this is the question. Why do some people live to, like they got the good life, stress free, with freedom to travel the world, spend tons of quality time with their family, while other people, 99%, live month to month, struggling paycheck to paycheck with no time freedom because they trade their time for money, right? What's more valuable, money or time? It's time because you never get that time back. You can always make money, right? But you never get the time back. So we spend all of our time chasing money, so we never have any time, which is more valuable, right? So that's when I dug in and started reading the wealth books that millionaires had told me to read. I read the cash flow quadrant. We've gone over that in another video. If you haven't, look for the videos. This guy completely changed my life. This book is life-changing. Money, Master the Game, seven simple steps to financial freedom. And that's a really elusive word these days. Financial freedom really means you don't have to work anymore. You're free financially because you've built assets that just bring you in money whether you work or not, right? So I dug in hard and I found all the stuff that I needed. I had to learn it, gain the skills, do all that, but things are different now. I mean, this is me on that right picture. This is me on a Monday at a ski resort. You can see it's like there's no people on the chairs because everybody's working. This is on a Monday. This is all on weekdays, right? So we've been able to travel. All these pictures are on the weekday where it's quality time with my family in other countries, South Africa, you know, like everywhere. It's crazy. So this is an important slide to really think about, okay? That little green part right there, this is one of the seminars. I just snapped this photo at one of the seminars that was up, the picture that was up there. And the green sliver is like what you know that you know, right? So there's things that you know, like you know what you know, right? But would you agree, would you admit that there's some things that you don't know, right? So that pink part is what you know that you don't know. That's a little bit more, right? But man, we don't even know what we don't even know, right? And that represents all of the rest of it. It's way bigger than that. That yellow part should be, you know, cover a couple football fields. But you're about to discover the secret strategies of the top 1%, the wealthiest people that I know, friends, secrets in all the books, all that stuff. So you can retire faster, stress-free. And this is all with zero risk, literally. So it's time to create yourself some extra income, compound and multiply your efforts, and legally avoid taxes like the elites. You've heard of how that they do that. It's not what you make, it's what you keep. Okay, so you got to know this stuff. If you don't know, you know, you're like, who's this guy? I was a professional snowboarder for over 17 years. I have a crazy story around that. I really got to change my environment and grow and learn and meet the right people and go hard. You know, and I've been a co-author, speaker, trainer, certified online marketing coach, personal growth, leadership development, been successfully building businesses for years, over a decade. We are top 1% earners in the business models that we do. We helped brand and promote two of the fastest growing companies in the US. Both were in Inc. magazine in 2008. And most importantly, I'm a husband and a fun dad, you know, 3 amazing kids. And that's really what I care about. My wife, Madi, you may have seen her also on the videos and stuff, but she has a degree in marketing. She did international business. She's from Brazil. We used to take big companies to Brazil. She's certified planning, teaches, you know, coaches and teaches thousands online. I should have said financial planning. She's really set us up pretty good also. And put together our branding, attraction, and guidance method with me. And she's just a ninja wife and super mom. She's off the hook. Okay. So our 2 greatest passions, helping families improve their financial security. We just love the impact. I never knew why teachers taught when I was younger. Now I do. It wasn't just for the money, right? It was they're totally underpaid and underdelivered, right? Overqualified. But it's the impact. It's rewarding. This is, you can tell, hope you can tell, I love this stuff. We love helping people build strong and enduring systemized businesses that provide a great quality of life, not just bring in money, but give you a quality of life. But it wasn't always like this. So you might relate, you know, I told a little bit of my story earlier, but you were probably told this too, right? Where you told, go to school, get a job. You got to go to school, get a safe, secure job. You know, the smarter you are, the more money you make. And that's an absolute lie. It's not accurate. I've never been to college more than, 8 weeks, but I hire people that are smarter than I am to do certain jobs, right? So anyway, I found my passion instead, and I just believe if you love what you do, that's success. And, I've already told that story family, everybody telling me it's a bad idea with the skateboard and stuff. I gave up on my dream for a while to go to college and get a job, but luckily that didn't last very long, right? You look around, how many people do you know that they can't even find jobs for what they graduated for, right? So luckily it was snowing. My friends, I moved up with my friends to Vail, and the rest is history. I became a pro snowboarder. I got to taste the good life. Here's the important part. I got to change my environment, met really good people. I learned a lot. And after that, I couldn't go back to normal. I'm psychologically unemployable. So you can't snowboard forever, right? You can't pro snowboard forever. So I knew, I started to panic. I can't go back to a regular job. And so thinking back to school, that school, we all know now that the school systems do not teach anything about taxes, one of the biggest expenses in your life, and it siphons out all the money. Along with the politicians, right? And that doesn't teach any financial education or wealth in school. So I became an entrepreneur. I started launching companies, take the risk to get the reward, launched several businesses. I failed forward. And they say a school education will get you by, but a self-education will make you a fortune. So we finally started to make it, got really busy. You know the rest of that story. And I snapped. I had to really dig into the wealth books, and they say, look for the people who have the life that you want. So I had to ask them, like, seriously, what the hell do you guys do? Okay. Knowledge is power, and that will give you freedom. Power is freedom, right? So we have these brands, Never Case the Monday, Sharpened Axe. We are revolutionizing the best business models in the world, right? Think about sales, the highest paid thing you can do. And so, that is the highest paid thing you can do in the world. But a lot of people think, oh no, I'm not a salesperson. And if you're thinking that, good, because we're not looking for salespeople. We're looking for like people, and it's not selling anymore. You do it way better with a way better look. And selling isn't really selling anyway. It's helping people get what they're looking for, right? You care about people. So it's sharing information. And so in the old days, you work hard in the industrial age where you use your two hands, and you work hard. This is the information age. So you work smart. If you're good at sharing information, you can make a lot of smart money, right? And that's all we do. That's what I'm doing right now, right? So this is the state of the direct sales, home business, laptop lifestyle, side hustle arena, right? This is crazy. There's a lot of demand, but I'll give you some of the points here. The average household is over $10,000 in debt. Over 60% of families have less than $1,000 in the bank, in case an emergency happened or they got laid off. They're one paycheck away from bankruptcy. That's actually really dangerous to have a job. They told you, safe, secure job, got to get a safe, secure job, right? Go to school, get a safe, secure job. That's actually dangerous. There is no safe, secure job. You can get laid off or fired anytime. The only safe, secure thing you can have is build your own business assets. But anyway, one income is dangerous. Okay. But over 60% of families have less than $1,000 in a bank. So when a flat tire happens, they're forced into debt, with a credit card, right? There is an increasing need for supplemental income, COVID and everything else, the depreciating dollar, and a severe lack of financial education. I missed the C in there, education. If you're watching me, it's basically edutainment, right? Anyway, people are more open to financial education and better ideas now because they're figuring out what I'm doing currently is not working to get me where I really want to go. So I have to look for better ideas. But there's not enough professionals to meet that need. So we help in that area. It's a huge void. Like I said, dollar is depreciating. It costs more to live, but employees nobody's getting raises. So with many home business side hustles, the majority of the companies are like geared towards sales and quota driven and all that crap. Most people are not salespeople. 99% of would-be entrepreneurs don't even have the money. They would want to start to build their own dreams, not somebody else's, but they don't have any money. And even if they did, they wouldn't want to risk it, because if you don't know what you're doing, it's really risky, right? You're going to go through a learning curve. So many people have tried something, little side hustles, and fizzled out, or maybe spent more money than they actually made. That's a problem. And they're underserved. No leadership, no training, support, structure with a lot of these hokey companies out there, and crappy, make 10,000 with my simple system and all the hype and crap out there. Some of those companies, the MLM companies, that you have to be commission qualified just to collect commissions. You have to be on automatic delivery and all that trap stuff. You get kind of trapped in there. If it's not a good situation, there are a few with good situations that don't do that kind of stuff. Or maybe they don't have a system that actually works, things that actually get you traction where it's, you're actually making money, right? There are a lot of different variables in there, but we are the solution. All right. We believe everyone deserves to discover their true passions and purpose and worth. And the whole financial freedom thing, I'm huge. That's one of my core values, is freedom. I don't answer to anybody. I do what I want, when I want, with who I want, for how long I want. And I believe that's what you can achieve. Well, I know from personal experience, it's not easy, but it's simple and it's freaking worth it. So why is this information so crucial right now? Well, look at the writing on the wall. Don't believe me. Look at every magazine out there, right? This is the Great American Job. What happened to it? Where did my career go? Where retirement go? Why does Wall Street keep taking all my money and crashing the market and everything? Why, when I go to get my money out of the 401k, am I taxed to death on it and I'm outlive my retirement? So I'm running out of money. Why do I have to keep working at age 70 and 72 and all of the mess, right? Working and poor. Is your job next? The retirement ripoff. Like these are just a few of these magazines. So here, let me give you some statistics. If you continue to do the normal job or small traditional business, the old school stuff, this is 100 people at age 65. These are the statistics from the Bureau of the Census and the Social Security Administration. So 100 people on the left side, 100 people at age 65. When you turn 65, if you do the normal stuff, what they told you to do, 16 of them out of 100 are dead. So they were told their whole life, go to school, work hard 40, 50 hours a week for the next 40, 45 years of your life. And then when you're 65, then you get to retire and travel the world and be with your family and your loved ones, right? But so they worked and then they died. They never actually got to live. That's 16 are dead at 65. So look at the majority, 66%, 66 out of 100 will be making under 30,000 when they turn 65. My dad worked 47 years, hard work, paying his taxes like a good guy, thinking the government was going to take care of him. You know how much they're giving him now? Less than $800 a month to live on, after being a Vietnam vet and serving the country and working hard and paying his taxes, right? This is just a kick in the teeth. This is what's going to happen to most people. Barely 13%, 13 people will barely make over 30,000 a year in their retirement. Only 5 out of 100 will make over 60 grand, and only one person, the 99%, the 1% will be wealthy. Okay. So this is the pie chart on the right. This is the pie chart of the wealthy 1%. Okay. What do you see as the biggest chunk of that? You got to be a business owner. You got to build your own dreams, not somebody else's, right? But it can't be a normal, like I said, normal people, normal small business. That's the same as a job. If you stop working, you stop getting paid. There's no leverage. There's no automation. There's no multiplying or duplication or smarter ideas, right? There's so much overhead and risk and craziness that goes along with that. And in fact, it's worse to be successful in normal, traditional small business because you're just crazy busy and you have no time. So let me give you one of the biggest secrets here. I should have put the words on here. This is the slide that I really like, one of the secrets, literally. It's one of the simplest things that you'll ever hear. And it's the absolute truth of what you can pay attention to if you want to be wealthy. So this is you've all heard of the baby boomers. That's my parents. They're called baby boomers. This was the largest living generation ever born in the world. Okay. So let me give you an idea of how the baby boom happened. Back in 1946, 1947, that's when everybody came back from the World War. Okay. Look at that spike, that little red, the second red stick. That's when everybody came back from the war and started making babies, right? They're like, brown chick, brown girl. They start making these babies. And man, it was a big baby boom. Okay. So all those people, wherever that group, that generation goes, that's where all the money is. It's right now, it's 75% of our economy. So back when they were babies, right? They're just getting born. Gerber Baby Corporate, like think about what do they need? If you help that group get what they need, you're wealthy. You make a lot of money, right? Help the biggest groups of people get what they want. So what do babies want at that time? Food, right? Gerber Baby Corporation goes from 5 million jars to 50 million just like that. They exploded. And then think about where that group goes. They get older, start listening to music. Music was at its finest. They get older, start going to college, getting careers, buying houses. The housing market explodes, right? They get older, start making their own babies. Now you need, they have bigger families. So suburban was invented, the minivan, right? Now they're all turning 65 years old with no retirement. They need to make supplemental income. They care about their wellness. There's these trends that we know that we follow that helps people get what they want. And it's not as hard as it would seem. It's actually super simple. Okay. We can't go into the details because there's not enough time. You'd get sidetracked trying to keep this punchy, but there's more videos coming. And what we want you to do is reach out. You can find the details depending on what you're looking for. So another thing that has now just happened, and you can Google this, is going to be the greatest transfer of wealth in history is going to happen in the next 10 years. Okay. It's coming. It's happening right now as we speak, as you're watching this. For the first time in the history of the world, you have now a bigger generation than the baby boomers. It's the millennials. And they're just coming into careers, starting to make money. They care about themselves, personal care, different trends. And that's what I'm talking about. One of the secrets is to watch these trends. And if you help the most amount of people get what they want, you can make the most amount of money, right? This was on CNN Money. I'm not going to play the clip. That's in other videos. But don't just believe me, right? Like the writing's on the wall. These are the biggest trends out there, $1 trillion trends, baby boomers, retirement. People don't have retirement. They're looking for solutions. We have these solutions. Medical bills. That's the number one reason for bankruptcy today is medical bills. Okay. When you help solve problems, you make a lot of money. Supplemental income is a mega trend. Financial education is a huge void. It's needed. We're here to educate people. You have millennials, social media, smartphones, smarter business models. All the stars have aligned for what we're doing. The next 10 years will be the greatest transfer of wealth in history. It'll be the biggest wave of our lives. If you want to catch a wave, right? It's about catching waves. You got to be in front of that thing and be paddling, get the timing right. Timing is everything. So again, look at Success Magazine. They say the 9-to-5 job is over. Take control of your time, your happiness, your life. Every company on here has the same business models that we're talking about. Uber, right? They don't have any cars. They help the customer get what they're looking for. You make a lot of money when you do that. You're the invisible middleman. You help connect companies and connect people. And I can't give you all the details in one little thing, but I'm telling you, it couldn't be more clear, right? What we're doing, I mean, you'll see when you get in our groups, thousands and tens of thousands of people in our groups. Start to read the wealth books, you'll see what I'm talking about, and then reach out. But we're able to bring the marketplace to the people. Now think about this, a better look by adding value out there. Okay, sharing. What do people do on Facebook and everything else? They just kind of share stuff, right? Sharing information. By adding value and branding yourself with a good look, you're able to have people come to you for services and help them reach their specific needs, what they're looking for. And just being in our environment, our groups, our seminars, workshops, trainings, I love this quote, the greatest compliment you can receive in leadership is, they taught me principles that when I applied them, my life improved. That's us. That's what we do. So there's basically 6 steps to financial independence that we run through and develop. Number 1, get started, right? The main thing is that you actually get started. People, get caught on someday island, right? They get stuck there. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it later. No, we get started. There's no risk. So you may as well just do it. We've gotten rid of all the risk. which is freaking game changing. Okay, so then you earn additional income. You're going to earn additional income. You will start your own little home business side hustle so that you get tax advantages of owning a business, right? There's two tax categories, one for employees that have no tax benefits, no tax advantages. They don't have any write-offs. Then it's business owners. Business owners have tax breaks, right? So now you're going to get all the tax breaks, and it's not what you make, it's what you keep. So you're going to start keeping a lot of that money, and you're able to manage expenses. Then number two, you go into cash flow, right? You got to be able to eliminate debt, get rid of liabilities, things that take money out of your pocket, build and grow assets that put money into your pocket. Know the difference between profits and wages. It's about profits. I've never seen anybody create wealth from a salary or a wage. Okay, get out of that nightmare. Profits. And then you'll start to learn leverage and automation and all the other stuff. And then you'll be able to save at the very least 6 months of income so that you're prepared for unexpected expenses and you don't have to go into debt ever again. Because that debt, man, those percentages, I mean, they love to get you in their debt system, right? We have the solutions. Then you protect your assets, protect against linear income and loss of income, and you get your financial education so you can protect your family. And then you go into number 5, multiple streams of income, keep and store all that value, outpace inflation, avoid taxes. I didn't say evade taxes, okay? Legally avoid taxes. And then you literally go to the next level, which is being your own bank, and you're able to preserve your wealth. Going to number 6, complete tax-free wealth, in retirement. And then you're able to leave and pass down a legacy, and that can be tax-free too. The more you learn, I mean, it's knowledge is power. Okay. I won't go into this too much. I'm big on, the whole tax thing, because it literally is not what you make, it's what you keep. Now, the passions, look, if you're looking for something you can be passionate about, what if you knew a dramatic market need that was so fun to help people with, and you knew the simple, effective, proven business systems that make things work like magic, where you have a system running your business eventually, right? What if you knew, like, timing is everything? Timing is more important than talent, right? I'm living proof. And we love the education. And when hashtag ninja training is like, you want to have specialized skills. You want to be good at this stuff. So we have trainings and workshops that just make you such a powerful person. And then that kind of goes into how much you get paid. I always explain to people, you can't have a super high income with a low level of skill. That's not going to happen. And that's what people look for. They look for a high level of income for a low level of skill, and they're never going to find it because it doesn't exist. All right. So we get your skills up, and it is about paying it forward and giving back. And giving back to charity and everything else is a write-off. You can actually impact other people around the world. So we are all everyday people. You go from like dreaming about the big stuff and the next level living to actually doing it. Just normal, ordinary people doing extraordinary things with our businesses. And when you do, they'll, like the companies we work with, they send you on these trips all the time. We go on trips every 6 months with the team. It's like the best thing ever. It's just a family. It's awesome. And so look further, right? Consider the Sharpened Axe, our group, our family, our culture, our community. Down below is a little survey. Fill out the survey so you can get your free needs analysis, like a little strategy session, right? And then you can choose, if you just want more education, you want to learn, we can put you in some of the groups, or you can kind of be a fly on the wall and see how everyone's crushing it with zero risk, right? You want to learn more how it works. Or you can go part-time, like say oh no, I like my job, but I'd like to learn or earn more income. Maybe you're frustrated, dissatisfied with where you're at in your career and would like more control of your time and income. Maybe you feel less secure, or maybe lost the job in COVID, looking for better ideas. Or maybe you're looking for a career change and want to own a business with a proven system to make over 6 figures. Then you can go full time, right? Or big time, which is like, no, and tell us now, like, I'm ready. I want to go now. Let's hurry so I can quickly build a financial empire. So no matter what you want to do, okay, there's these are our groups. You can see there's thousands and tens of thousands of people in our groups, our secret private Facebook groups where we're able to connect with everyone. So there's that little survey, fill out that thing below, and then we'll be in touch, right? And just have a free strategy session. There's nothing to sell, just information. We'll go over details, answer questions, and your mind will be blown. And I'm going to end it with this little story. My wife woke me up because there was this little bird, all right? The balcony, our master bathroom door, we used to leave it open because it gets hot, you know, in Utah, and so you can leave the door open all night because it's like perfect weather. So it was 6 a.m. She woke me up. She's like, "You got to get this bird. Look at the bird." And this bluebird was like bashing its face on the window there. And then it would go to the other mirror you see on that right side of this slide. It would go to that mirror and it would bash its face on the mirror because it thought it was another room, right? So it would go from the mirror to the window to the mirror and just bash its face over and over again, trying to get back free, right? So this is a perfect analogy. People, they have the dream. They want their freedom. It's right there. They can see it, right? But with the wrong approach, it's never going to happen. And that's what 99% of people are doing over and over again. And they just don't know it. If they would just put a fraction of their energy into themselves and a better business vehicle that they can put their time into to get themselves free, it works. Okay. You just have to be able to come out of your comfort zone, learn new things that you didn't know before, so you can get what you never had before. Right. So I just took that bird. And, you know, it kind of, hearing this stuff kind of ruffles your feathers maybe a little bit. It did it for me, you know, and she didn't like me grabbing her. I'm sure that was uncomfortable, right? Out of the comfort zone. But I bet she was so happy because I took her 15 feet over, right to her freedom, same amount of energy. I just gave her the right path to work, and she got back to her dreams of freedom. And that's all we're doing with people. You work hard. You're going to work hard anyway for the next 10, 20, 30 years, right? What if you just worked hard and smart for the next 5 to 10 years and you set yourself up for life so you're never in a bad situation ever again, right? Would that be worth it? What were you doing 3 years ago? What are you doing today? Has anything changed? What are you going to be doing in 3 years, right? Together, we're going to impact, I mean, we're already doing it, tens of thousands of people. So down below, just fill out that application or just go to the next step, click the button, or check in the description. I don't know where this video is going to be yet, but it'll be there for you. And hopefully that was valuable. Okay. Hopefully you got some nuggets out of there. Do not hesitate. People are like, "Oh, I'll do it tomorrow." No, do it now. Reach out, get the courage, ask questions. Again, nothing to sell, just information. You can make your own decision, and you'll see that making those educated decisions changes your life. Much love, guys. See you on the next one.